The Pittsburgh Steelers made waves in 2024 when they pulled the trigger on a low-risk, high-reward trade for Justin Fields, an electric dual-threat quarterback once hailed as Chicago's savior. It looked, for a moment, like head coach Mike Tomlin and general manager Omar were ready to evolve the franchise into the modern era of quarterback play. But that vision never fully came to life. Instead of doubling down on athleticism and potential, the Steelers pivoted. Fields wasn't offered a long-term deal, and Pittsburgh shocked the football world when they inked aging, pocket-bound legend Aaron Rodgers to a one-year contract. For a team that seemed to be flirting with the future, it felt like they slammed on the brakes and made a hard U-turn toward the past. But Rodgers isn't a long-term answer. And in a league where dual-threat quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, and Josh Allen continue to redefine offensive blueprints, the Steelers are once again being linked to the kind of player who can drag an offense forward with both arm and legs. According to an early 2026 mock draft by Pro Football Network, Pittsburgh is predicted to use its first-round selection, projected at number 19 overall, to snag South Carolina's dynamic quarterback, LaNorris. The move could mark a full-circle moment for Tomlin and Khan, a final commitment to the future they teased but never delivered with Fields. Though LaNorris isn't the consensus QB1 in the 2026 class, he might have the best physical tools of any quarterback in college football, PFN analyst Jacob Infante noted. Sellers is strong-armed, athletic, tough to sack, and more accurate than he gets credit for. That sounds a lot like the type of quarterback Tomlin has been hinting at for years, and the type he passed on in the 2025 draft when Alabama's Jalen Milroe was still on the board. Milroe, another elite dual-threat talent, would have been a logical pick. Instead, the Steelers played it safe once again, but Rodgers is only here for the short term. At 42, the four-time MVP is simply a bridge, a final stab at a Super Bowl before the window closes entirely. What lies beyond that bridge may finally be the quarterback revolution Tomlin has desired. LaNorris, a potential franchise changer. In his first full year as South Carolina's starter in 2024, Sellers put the college football world on notice. He threw for 2,534 yards, 18 touchdowns, and just 6 interceptions, all while adding 674 rushing yards and 7 scores on the ground. His 151.9 quarterback rating placed him among the most efficient in the nation. He's not just mobile, he's dangerous. Sellers' combination of physicality, escapability, and arm talent makes him one of the most intriguing quarterback prospects in the 2026 class. He's exactly the kind of quarterback who can keep defensive coordinators up at night. A blend of power and precision that mirrors what Pittsburgh thought it might one day unlock in Fields. There's also the looming question of what happens to the quarterbacks already on the roster. The Steelers took a low-risk flyer on former Kansas State standout Will Howard in the 6th round of the 2025 NFL Draft, hoping to catch lightning in a bottle. And Mason Rudolph, a familiar face in Pittsburgh, remains in the mix as a potential short-term option. Rodgers' arrival just before mandatory minicamp effectively shut the door on any serious quarterback competition in 2025. Howard, a developmental prospect with intriguing size and mobility, is now buried on the depth chart. And Rudolph, despite moments of competence in past seasons, has long since stopped being viewed as a future starter. Neither scenario is particularly ideal. Pittsburgh's defense remains elite, bolstered further in 2025. And with Rodgers' command of the offense, a complete meltdown seems unlikely. So unless Rodgers' health fails him, Howard and Rudolph may not get meaningful snaps all season. Even if Rodgers leaves after this one-year stint, and Pittsburgh selects a quarterback like Sellers in the 2026 draft, Howard and Rudolph are likely to be little more than stopgap options or backup plans. The moment Pittsburgh invests a first-round pick into a quarterback, especially one with Sellers' raw talent, the depth chart will reset around him. It's not just about replacing Aaron Rodgers, it's about ushering in a new identity, a commitment to athleticism, versatility, and modern offensive philosophy. LaNorris may not be a household name yet, but if his 2025 campaign builds on his 2024 breakout, that won't be the case for long. The Steelers can't keep flirting with mobile quarterbacks while clinging to the safe, traditional route. They have the pieces, a bruising defense, rising weapons on offense, and a front office unafraid to make bold moves. Now they just need the quarterback who can elevate it all.